welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for October the 21st through October the 27th. If you're new, welcome. I hope that you enjoy these readings and that you'll return. And if you are returning, thank you for supporting this channel and welcome back. Okay, so these readings are for your sun, moon, and rising. And they are for the collective. So please take what resonates and just leave the rest. Sometimes the messages can be very specific if spirit wants to contact a particular person over a particular situation. So if you would like a more tailored and in-depth personal reading, click on this link here. That will take you to my website. You can see what kind of readings I offer. Now, these... before I mention anything else, I do have a Facebook group, and that I do a live stream every 2 weeks in that Facebook group, and it's either about the new moon or the full moon. So coming up, we'll have the new moon coming up this week. So I will be doing a live stream at some point this week in that group, and we look at how you receive that the new moon or the full moon, whatever it is, in your sign. So it's very interesting, and I do that live, and I also have tarot cards on hand to answer questions. Now, another way to support this channel is through Patreon. So click on this link for Patreon and check out my Patreon page. You can donate as little as $1 a month. That's huge for me, maybe not so much for you, but it really helps. Now, what else? Lastly, these readings come in three sections. One is the intro, which is this. Then there's the astrological reading. And then there is the tarot card reading. And I will have skip times to all of those in the show more section below, as well as links to other videos. Sometimes it takes me a minute to update the links to the videos, but hang in there. Or you can also look at the playlist for October, and you can find all the videos in there. So without further ado, let's go to the astrology section of your reading, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology section of your reading. Now, what an incredible, powerful celestial sky we have this week. First of all, of course, it's all about culminating in the new moon on Sunday. But before that, on Monday, Venus is trine Neptune. Now, this is Monday, October the 21st, and that happens at 3:41 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a harmonious aspect, and it brings in an intense appreciation for the arts, especially music and painting. You may have a stronger than normal inclination towards spiritual endeavors, or the mystical arts, such as astrology and tarot and Wiccan and things like that. Now, there could be a tendency to kind of sacrifice yourself, to be a little over generous and magnanimous. So that nature that can come out in all of us could leave you open for others to take advantage. Fortunately, Venus is also sextile to Saturn. So Saturn will rein that overly generous nature. It'll rein it in a bit, give it a little structure so that you won't be too generous and you won't be easily taken advantage of. But it is something to keep in mind. Now, the sun moves into Scorpio on Wednesday. Happy birthday, Scorpio. It's your month on the zodiac. So when the sun moves into Scorpio, things get a little more serious and perhaps more intense. It's important. Our relationships are more important. And also authenticity and honesty. We won't be interested in what's the word I'm looking for? Shallowness, or if someone's not quite who they seem to be, we don't have time for that. When the sun moves into Scorpio. Now, at the beginning of the week, we have 2 planets in Scorpio, Mercury and Venus. And then as we move to the new moon on Sunday, October the 22nd, there'll be 4 planets in Scorpio, because new moons are when the sun and the moon are adjacent, are right next to each other at the same degrees. They're almost on top of each other, right? So, the full moons are when they're opposite, the new moons are when they're together. This is a wonderful time to make intentions. And this is a new moon in Scorpio. So it is very emotional. It's very deep. It's very intense. Scorpio is the detective of the zodiac. And Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. So there's a lot of Plutonian and Scorpionic energies going on this month. So Pluto is about the planet. It's the planet of transformation, right? So this new moon will give us a chance to really go deep and see what kind of behaviors are holding us back. What needs to change in our lives? Perhaps we need to let go of some people, or a place. Perhaps we need to move. Perhaps we need to let go of some things or some behaviors. It's about searching, going really deep and searching what triggers certain reactions in us, and how can we change that? Are we smoking? Are we overeating? Are we overworking, gambling, perhaps taking drugs, maybe not exercising or taking care of ourselves? Are we sabotaging ourselves in some way? This is an opportunity to co-create with the universe and really go deep within. Transform your life through purification, through Let me tell you, I have been working with Pluto this last week or 2, and that's why you haven't heard much of me online, because I have been in deep, not just cleansing, really purification, getting rid of all my old files. I had these files from, the 90s. So I've been shredding for days and deep cleaning. Everything's been moved. It is plutonic. So if you can do that, it feels so amazing. I have reorganized my whole home and my workspace, so everything kind of flows a lot more easily. So this is an opportunity, and it's an opportunity to look at yourself and how you react. Now, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. It's going to be quite a challenging week, because at the same time, the new moon, that's the moon and the sun, right, are opposite Uranus. Now, this can mean volatile moods and mood changes, and our energy levels may fluctuate. This is really important to resist the urge to react. It can be rebelliousness, and anger can come up. So breathe before you react, and perhaps it might be more prudent to stay quiet. If you have the urge, that impulse to react, resist that. Now, earlier on the same day, Sunday is a whoa, one of those days. It's like a whoa. It's a hot topic day. So I would be aware of Sunday. These energies are a few days before and a few days after. Excuse me. And the energy of the new moon will carry us forward. So look, this is an intention that we need to make at this new moon of how we can change our life going forward and improve it. It's like, what can we change fundamentally about ourselves? What is possible to change? This energy is behind us for this change. It's got our back. Now, earlier in that day, Mars squares Saturn. This can bring up control issues. This is all about control. It can be about manipulation. It's almost like you have to take control of everything. And people and situations. Now, in extreme situations, you may express cruelty or perhaps even violence to get your way, or somebody may perpetrate that against you. So this is really important because this, manipulation and anger and cruelty comes from fear, really. That's the underlying emotion is fear. So strive to find out what that fear is, where it comes from. It will give you a better understanding of yourself and perhaps some self-awareness. And when you have that, then you can start to change those things. So this new moon will help in that discovery, the self-discovery and self-awareness. So it is really one of those, this week is all about going within. It's about searching for solutions. It's about searching for the root and help you to understand. Because when you understand, it takes the power out of that fear, right? It stops you from reacting out of emotional fear. Okay, let's go to your tarot reading, shall we? Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to the tarot card section of your reading for October the 21st through October the 27th. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Capricorn for this coming week? 3 cards for Capricorn, please. 3 cards. 1. Oh, there we go. 3. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. What do we have here? All right. Now let's clarify the... Oh, no, that's the wrong one. What happened to my... Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, these are clarifying cards. I have already shuffled them. I'll do it one more time. These are clarifying cards for Capricorn. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Capricorn for this coming week through these clarifying cards? Please clarify. Please clarify. Oh! Is that going to come out or not? Yes, there you go. It did. Please clarify the... Oh! And please clarify... Oh! Okay, there is definitely some crossover here, so check out your sun, moon, and rising. All right. Here are your cards, Capricorn. The first card out for you is the Ace of Cups, clarified by the Ace of Swords. Then you have the Page of Swords, clarified by the Hermit. And then you have the High Priest, clarified by the Three of Pentacles. Okay. The first card out for you, darling, is the Ace of Cups. And this is like my cup floweth over. I feel that this, for you, Capricorn, could be a new love coming in. Sometimes I get that, sometimes I don't, but I'm definitely getting that for you, Capricorn. It's a new kind of love interest. Perhaps it's a budding romance that's kind of feeling deeper and more meaningful as the time goes by. Now, clarifying it is this is the Ace of Swords. This can feel like it's a rocky start sometimes. The Ace of Swords are new beginnings too, and it's intellect. It's a brilliant idea. This is the thing. In your head, you may be thinking this isn't as easy as you thought it might be. And some truths maybe are being revealed. But, this is like the blocks are being removed. Whatever is giving you pause to contemplate is being removed. This is when this card comes up, it's saying don't give up. The blockages are being removed. So don't give up on this. It might be a good idea to stay with it and enjoy the moment, darling. Just enjoy it. Now, the next card out is the Page of Swords. This is, I'm telling you, I think that this is Mars square to Saturn. It's like, look, swords, he's raised his sword, he's ready to attack. He's just, it's about being in attack mode, right? Which is what we all can be this week. So we have to be very careful of that. Breathe, take a step back, and look, clarifying it is the Hierophant. The Hermit, sorry, not the Hierophant. What am I talking about? It's the Hermit. The Hermit, the Hierophant's next. The Hermit is all about, not allowing his mind to control him. You can't control your mind, but you can get to a point where you don't allow your mind to control you. So it's about not reacting. So this could be in all kinds of relationships, but, our tendency, this is about, we're going to have the urge to control and manipulate, and we need to kind of let that go. We need to kind of, let go of the control. We've got this new moon in Scorpio. It's about going deep within. The Hermit's all about going within. He's about connecting with source energy. He's about getting to know. We have to make this journey within. We've got to understand deep within. Scorpio's all about deep, right? It's Plutonian. It's about getting really down, down, down and seeing what can we change about ourselves that's going to help us to move forward, right? And so remember that. Take a moment before you react or respond. In fact, sometimes it's best to just be quiet, right? And not respond. Now you have it's called the High Priest. He can be the Hierophant, the Pope. It's all about, look, he's holding up this staff with three. It represents the Holy Trinity, what he's holding up. So it's all about going back to spirituality. It's trusting that everything is happening for a reason. What's interesting, like the Holy Trinity, and he's looking above and he's got two keys below. This is about looking towards God for answers to the universe. However you articulate your faith, it's about going back and trusting that everything is happening for a reason. Trust in, spirit, in spirituality, in God, in the universe. And what's interesting, right, the Holy Trinity, you've got the Three of Pentacles, clarifying it. And I always think of three as Jupiter. It's like expansion, right? So I feel that this is and also team player. It's about being one with everyone. I'm really getting that. It's, remember that, be a team player. Don't attack anyone. Don't criticize anyone. We may have the tendency to want to kind of gossip and criticize people. It's easy to judge. It's so easy to judge and to point out people's, weaknesses, but it's resist the urge to do that and resist the urge to react. and respond if you must, but I almost feel that silence is going to be the best answer this week for us all. For those of us who are awake, if you know what I mean. Capricorn, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, social media, comment. I always answer every comment and welcome feedback. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week.